Seagrass meadows used to grow abundantly along the Maine coast, but these important marine habitats have declined significantly in recent decades. Local scientists are racing to understand why this is happening, and at the same time, they're experimenting with ways to bring this ecosystem back. Now, Delger Urdansana, a reporter at the-maine-monitor, is here to discuss what might be behind the decline of seagrass and what's being done to study and restore it. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So to kick things off, why is seagrass so important?
Yeah, well, these underwater meadows are super important habitat for young fish, lobsters, and different sorts of sea creatures. They also help people on land in different ways. You know, they help protect the coastline from flooding during storms, erosion, things that are getting worse because of climate change. And they actually also store some of that carbon that we're putting into the atmosphere and the ocean when we burn fossil fuels. And yeah, they're also just very stunning ecosystems.
They do look really cool. Now, how much seagrass has Maine lost?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's something that the Maine Department of Environmental Protection is trying to figure out. They're in the middle of mapping seagrass along the coastline, which they've done a couple times before in the 90s and 2000s. And what they found so far is that, many of the places that they've mapped have lost well over half of their seagrass, over the past 20 or so years.
So a really big decline. What is the cause of this decline, do people think?
Yeah, so scientists think there probably isn't one simple answer. It's probably a number of things, but a big one is nutrient pollution washing off from land, from farms, from wastewater. That causes algal blooms, which shades the seagrass, and these are literally plants, so they need clear water and sunlight to grow. And there's also just warming water from climate change. The heat can stress them as well.
Now, is there hope to bring the seagrass back?
Yeah, people are certainly trying. So, one project that I've reported on is happening in Casco Bay, where a number of different nonprofits, schools, government agencies are working together to study the seagrass, study the environmental conditions it faces, and experimenting with gathering seeds from healthier meadows and then trying to plant those in places that need help. So really the best things that people can do for seagrass is control pollution, improve the water quality, and probably, try to stop the ocean from heating up further.
So a tough job ahead.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for telling us about this, Delger.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
And you can read all about seagrass at the-maine-monitor.org.